Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is the second of the month, which means it's time for the SheetLoad creative team to share our version of this month's SheetLoad of Cards sketch. Now the SheetLoad of Cards is a sketch, cutting guide, and full supply list provided free to all of Call Me Crafty Al's subscribers. I will be sure to link to Call Me Crafty Al's channel in the description box below. Now, on the first of each month, Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al channel shares the newest SheetLoad of Cards sketch. On the second of the month, Alicia shares a full process video showing how to use the SheetLoad sketch, including any tips or tricks she may have. The creative team also shares our version of how we use the SheetLoad of Cards sketch on the second of the month. There will be a link to a playlist in the description box below so that you can follow along with all of the creative team members for the April 2025 SheetLoad of Cards sketch. If you'd like to play along with this month's SheetLoad sketch, please be sure to use the hashtags on the sketch when sharing on social media. This way we can see what all our crafty friends have created. Now, the sketch does share what supplies are needed, how many cards the sketch will yield, and this month it yields 12. The dimensions in case you want to make one card instead of the full batch, plus alternatives or other ways to use this sketch, such as rotating or flipping the sketch. Now, this month's sketch was inspired by Danni of Danni's Dreams. Now, page 2 is your cutting guide, and it shows you how to cut your pattern paper as well as any cardstock you may need. I am starting on a new 12 by 12 paper pad, so this will be the new paper pad I am working through to smash. So what I did was, and let me show you, I actually have a second one of these paper pads. This first one I've already started, so that's the one I'm going to smash. But I wanted to show you the papers I used. So I used this full sheet here that has tags and these little sentiment strips there. And then, let me flip through, I used a sheet of this paper with all the musical notes on it. And let me find the other sheet of paper I used. I used this one with a kind of a gray background with snowflakes all over it. So those were the papers I used. And I couldn't show you in this paper pad because I only had one sheet left of each of those, I believe. One sheet left? Yeah, I only had one sheet left of those, and I did use them for my cards. So let me show you my 12 cards. And I think they turned out really cute. I was lucky to have that sheet of tags there, so it made it really easy to put these cards together. Now, you'll see on some of the cards, let me scooch this up just a little bit. On some of the cards, I did put the tag behind that strip of paper as called for in the sketch, but on some of them, I put it in front of that strip of paper, because I wanted to make sure the message on the tag, the sentiment on the tag was able to be seen. So had I put it behind, you wouldn't have seen it. Now, on the ones that I did put behind, I was able to do it because this one didn't have a sentiment on it, so I used one of the sentiment strips that was on that page. This one, I actually cut the tag apart and used the sentiment portion on top of the strip of paper. Here I used a sentiment strip that was on that page as well, and same thing on these two. So it's a nice variety of cards. Now I also added some enamel dots from my stash here, and these are all not too shabby enamel dots. So I added those, one to the top of each tag. So instead of a ribbon or a bow, I added that enamel dot, and then 3 here on the bottom left corner. And then on the inside of my cards, I used the extra pattern paper and some of the extra strips I had here, sentiment strips, to decorate the inside of the card. So on some, I cut them to a banner. Some, let me show you, I did a strip across the bottom. So I did a nice variety of ways on the inside. But I like the way these came out. And then this green cardstock I just had in my stash, so I couldn't tell you what color it is. It was some paper I had purchased from Michael's. So it was one of the greens in their green pack of paper. But I think they turned out so pretty. I like that these are a nice toned down color version versus the previous paper pad I used. The previous one I used that I smashed was very bright and colorful, which was gorgeous too, but this was a nice change of pace. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or followed me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.